steps out of the line, and the 47 of Trevor Grafton crosses it on the apron, but he crosses first. He's our winner.
Right there will be your race winner. The 2 of Jameer Muhammad bringing it to victory lane here tonight. It will officially be Sal Casey getting the win here tonight. He's just got to get across the line first, and there he is right there. Your winner here tonight is going to be the 40 of Sal Casey. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Virtual Racing Network on YouTube. Here tonight we are covering the RACECORE Online Racing League. This is the Global Building Contractors 12-week mini-series. We are in store for a great race. 20 drivers have made the trip here to Michigan Speedway. Going to be a great racing. Of course, I am your host, Charles, here in the booth tonight. Before we get into all of the racing details tonight and the national anthem, we need to go over all the sponsors that have come on board here for this series. Of course, the presenting sponsor here for tonight, that is Global Building Contractors. Make sure you check them out. You've probably been in some of the buildings that they have helped build, whether it's a fast food restaurant, whatever it happens to be. You've probably been in a building they've had a hand in, so make sure you check them out. And, of course, the other sponsors, general sponsors here for tonight's race, go out to iRacing and Drivers World, Leo's Coney Island out of Rochester Hills, and of course Dan Butler Designs coming on here recently. Big shout out to all of these partners. And here for the 2018 year, that is just a whole host of partners that have come on board here for VRN. Those do include the Northwest Racing Series, your official one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race. Walls Beard Co., your official grid sponsor here for tonight's race. Ohio IndyCar League. Make sure you check them out if you're looking to get into some IndyCar racing. And, of course, SimSpeedShop.com for your button boxes and e-brakes here on iRacing. And your overlays are presented by iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics, or iBog for short. We are debuting for the second time here, kind of second debuting if you want to call it, the new overlays here, and they are not complete yet. We are working on them, probably working on them again here tonight, and then Friday as well, or tomorrow maybe as well, and Friday. So we have a lot of stuff still doing it, but they are functional. As you can see, it's a lot different looking here on the stream than it normally is. We have a 2-mile track here. 80 laps is what we have in store, so we are going to have a long race. We'll be getting over all of the track information here shortly, your track temp, wind speed, all of that coming up here very shortly. But again, as I stated just a second ago, I am your host on the mic here, Charles, and we are alone here in the booth tonight. Jeff has the night off as he has to get prepared for his race tomorrow night, so he is not going to be here in the booth with us. So we thank everybody for tuning in, but it's already that time to get to the national anthem. We'll cover all of the racing details during qualifying, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back here with qualifying after your national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying is underway. So, of course, the first driver we see was your fastest driver in practice. So we'll pull up the driver bar here to see what their times are going to be. What that is going to be more for their times. We don't have their qualifying times in here. We may have to adjust some stuff, maybe get a qualifying bar in here. We'll see about that. But this will let you know where their place is. We are also going to pull in the new qualifying times here, as this will allow you to see exactly where everyone is on the track. But of course, nobody has officially put in a time yet, so we don't know where everyone is. But Mikey Neal looks to be the first one to put in a time. We'll see what it is going to be once he officially does put in that time. But again, nobody has just yet. We'll see. He is on his first of 2 laps. They have 2 laps to get around this track. 4 miles is the distance. We'll be going over the rest of that here shortly as to how many laps are going to be running, how many miles it is. But we already said earlier it's going to be 80 laps, so we'll let you know the miles and track temp and all that coming up here shortly. Mikey Neal going to put in a lap. Let's go out here just a bit so you can see as he is coming up on to the trial right. There is the line. And he will put in a 38.427 to put himself in first place. John Van Rellis currently in second, as it's going to change. David Gainforth going to go to third or second. Now to third is Brayson Barker going to take it to second with a 38.464. Again, with this new overlay here, we're allowing you to see their number, their time, and their full name, so you know exactly where everyone's going to be starting. Before we even get to the grid, Alex Huffman taking it to third with a 38.528. as he puts in a very fast time. Mikey Neal still at the top. Brian Dorsey to fourth with a 38.672. Sorry. David Gainforth back down to fifth. John Van Rellis in sixth. Bill Edwards in seventh with a 38.890. Brandon Young 39.012 in eighth place. Dan Butler currently in ninth with a 39.027. We'll see what kind of times these drivers do put in here on their second laps, and if can anybody get by Mikey Neal. Sal Casey to a second place with a 38.430. Somebody who we know is a proven winner here in this series, has already done it once. Can he do it again here tonight? Reese Milton out on the track as well. So what kind of times will he put in? Jameer Muhammad also out on the track. We'll see. We'll switch over to those. And those two run into both Global Building Contractor paint jobs here. Awesome to see that. We expect to see Jameer pretty high. Sixth place on his first lap. 38.581. That will put him currently in sixth place right now. Justin Starr out on the track. We'll see where he puts it at when he gets all said and done. But he's going to bring it down pit road here. 39.128. Looks like he may have had some damage there, possibly had a slower second lap. John Van Rellis still out on the track. Jameer Muhammad still in sixth place. Butch Frazier out on the track, as well as Raymond Yeager out on the track. So two more drivers currently out on the track. 13 drivers have officially taken times. We still have more than that, though. Of course, James Zarello going to be receiving an EOL here tonight, so he will not be qualifying. He will have to stay in the back. However, Brian Jones, Josh Coley, Brian Bizzle, and Tony Rice not out on the track. They do have a shot to qualify. They will not be starting at the back. So it will be interesting to see if those drivers do opt to come out and qualify, or if they're going to stay at the back. That being said, here while we're watching the 23 go put a time in, we do want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight We are glad you're here with us. Hopefully you're enjoying the new overlays. And as always, we only say this once during a broadcast. If you want to become more than just a viewer here on the channel, you can do so by donating. There will be a link popping up in chat here shortly where you can donate to VRN and be a supporter of the channel. All donations, of course, go to help pay the bills, pay for the new overlays, all of that good stuff that we have to do here on the channel, so that is what that goes to. But that aside, we won't bring that up again. It is race time. Raymond Yeager currently in 8th place with a 38.717. We'll go over to there, and he's not going to be able to put in the time. We'll go ahead and get rid of that here for you, as it is time to get to your Walls Beard Co. starting grid, as it's going to be Mikey Neal. That is your pole sitter here for tonight's race. Should be a great race. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in, as we're going to drop down to the field, and we love the way these guys start here. As you can see them getting ready, we're going to go ahead and get through the Walls Beard Co. starting grid here, even though it is not in the overlays just yet. Row 1 is going to be Mikey Neal in that number 8 machine, and on his outside, another winner in this series, the 40 of Sal Casey. Row 2 is going to be the 76 of Reese Milton and the 84 of Bryson Barker. Row 3 is going to be the 83 of Alex Huffman and the 2 of Jameer Muhammad. Row 4 is going to be the 9 of Brian Dorsey and the 23 of Raymond Yeager. Row 5 is going to be the 101 of David Gainforth and the 78 of John Van Varelis. Row 6 is going to be the 75 of Bill Edwards and the 21 of Dan Butler. Row 7 is going to be the 51 of Brandon Young and the 99 of Justin Starr. Row 8 is going to be the 555 of Butch Frazier and the 45 of Brian Jones. Row 9 is going to be the 33 of Josh Coley, and he is not a chase driver. We forgot that was in there. Again, we are tweaking these overlays. And the 13 of James Lorello. We do apologize for that. In row 10, rounding out your field here tonight, is going to be the 24 of Brian Bizzle and the 64 of Tony Rice. That will do it here for your Walls Beard Co. starting grid. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the RACECORE Online Racing League. This is the Global Building Contractors 12-week series here, as it's a off-season kind of series. So a good car count here. 20 drivers have made the trip to Michigan. I expect to see a good one. This is the new rework of the track, so we should expect to see some great racing. The lights are off. Of course, that means we will go racing next time by and get the green flag. Who will come out victorious here tonight? After all, we have a lot going on. We'll go ahead and pull up some information here for you. This is Michigan International Speedway, 2 miles, 80 laps, 160 miles is the distance here tonight. Track temp is bombing 73 degrees, or 93 degrees. Your air temp only 73, 7 mile per hour wind speeds out of the northwest. We will see how this one plays out. It is a toasty track. I expect that track temp will go up, as there it is. Green flag back in the air. We are in the air. We are racing here on lap 1 of 80 at Michigan International Speedway. Should be a good one. We are going to zoom in on these drivers here and go back to this group right here. That's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Sal Casey, Reese Milton, and Bryson Barker, as Mikey Neal gets a huge jump over the field. And already starting to see some really good racing, even on lap 1. So I look to see some really good racing. We'll let you know who has the fastest lap throughout this race, as well as some track facts and race stats throughout this race as well. So definitely we are just loving these new overlays. And apparently Huffy here having internet issues. That is not what we wanted to hear, as we really expected you to have a good shot here. We're on lap 2, so we'll go ahead and bring up your bar here, as it is Mikey Neal that is your leader. He has led one lap. Now we're on lap number 2. Here comes the 76, shot out of a cannon of Reese Milton. He's trying to run down the 84 of Bryson Barker, but Bryson will hold that position here. So we'll see. Once we get a few laps in, we'll start pulling up some driver bars here to see where people have started and who's gained already. As Alex Huffman again having internet issues. Justin Starr back here with a 3-wide battle going on. These guys are not giving up anytime soon. Look at them side by side, the 33 and the 13. That's Josh Coley and James Zarello. Again, James Zarello received the EOL, had to start very far back here. He is currently in 15th, so let's pull that up here. His lowest was 18th. He's up to 15th, even though it says his highest is 16th. He just took 15th, now 14th. So when he gets to the line, that will update here in just a minute. So again, 14th is his officially highest spot so far, as now it's 15th, and we'll see if it updates 14th or 15th here. But 15th is where he's at, 14th is where he's been, as again that will update here shortly. But what a good little battle going on here between him and Justin Starr. It looks like he will take 14th from Justin Starr this time by, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. And that is a really good battle. Meanwhile, we also have another battle behind them between the 24 and the 45. That is Brian Bizzle and Brian Jones. So the battle of the Bryans back here for 16th position, as it looks like it's going to be Brian Bizzle that gets it. Brian Jones has a little bit of damage, so not able to hold his own there with Brian Bizzle. So let's go back up to the front here. Has Sal Casey managed to run down Mikey Neal? Not so much yet. He's definitely trying. James Zarello having some connection issues there, blinking in and out. But Sal Casey closing that gap to a 0.5, just not quite there where he needs to be to get up to him. He is definitely trying to run him down. He has closed the gap, just not enough. Meanwhile, he's got Bryson Barker in that 84 machine right on his back bumper, trying to run him down. So we're going to keep an eye on these front drivers here just to see what they possibly could do here tonight. One of these guys could potentially put it in victory lane, but already Mikey Neal has led 5 laps. We're on lap number 6. So he's got a pretty good sized lead considering everything. So a very good job for him. Here is, we'll give you an idea of just how it is there. Never mind, the caution is going to come out here. Let's go back, and it's going to be Justin Starr going around. Let's go back and take a look. We don't have a replay camera here tonight, so we are going straight to the replay here. And what happened to the 99 of Justin Starr? As you're watching the replay camera here, not sure what happened, but they had a huge battle going on. And, oh, no. Oh, there we go. Had a little contact between the 45 and him, and I think that 45 had a little contact too. Let's go back and take another look at that. Let's see if we can't get a better angle here. Let's go to the 45 of Brian Jones. There may have been contact between that 555 and him first, as that's what we're going to look for here. And indeed, the 555 comes down, hits the 45, and knocks him into the 99 of Justin Starr. So the 555 will probably be credited with that caution, as he did come down, hit the 45 in the side, and knock him into the 99, spinning the 99. So definitely he got the worst end of the deal, as we are under caution here for the first time at Michigan International Raceway. So or Speedway, sorry. Very interesting here. This track temp hasn't gone up any yet, still 93 degrees. We'll see here as Mikey Neal coming in as your race leader, but the 555 of Butch Frazier, who was involved in that incident, did not come down pit road. Very interesting. Mikey Neal having to back up, slides through his pit stall. This is a product of this pit stalls being very hot, and it's also a different race surface there than the racing track. You're talking about asphalt versus concrete. It's a different surface, so you have to be very careful. Mikey Neal going to power out, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Sal Casey's going to beat him off the pit road, and he will take second place. But again, there's your race leader. That, of course, is the 555 of Butch Frazier, who started 15th. Right now, even though it says his highest is 13th, he is currently in the first place while we're under caution, as he did not come down pit road. He has 8 laps on those tires. I have a feeling they'll probably eat those tires up here just a little bit. We'll see. Let's see if we can't get a driver in here real quick to have a quick chat with him. Let's see. Mikey Neal's pretty good about conserving tires. Let's see if we can't get Mikey Neal in the booth real quick. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Let's go on board with him as we pull up our onboard camera and pull him to the booth. Mikey Neal, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, first off here, as well, there we saw the 555 going in. We were actually getting up here to see if or how these tires were handling, and if you thought it would be much trouble to get by him. But he goes down pit road now. So that being said, what are those tires like out there? They had about 8 laps on them. Were they shot, and how bad did you want those new tires?
To be honest, I was actually feeling pretty comfortable where I was. You know, it wasn't too bad. During the long run, I actually thought it was a little bit better with grip wise, but overall it was pretty good. I think my right front was down to around 96%, so it wasn't terribly bad out of 8 laps. I think I could have saved a little bit more. I was just trying to get as much distance at the beginning and then starting to save, so I just started to save a little bit. But other than that, I mean, the car felt really good. It wasn't too terribly bad on the tires. Maybe a little bit tight off of exit. Other than that, the car's pretty good right now.
Well, definitely looked fast. So now you got the 40 of Sal Casey in front of you. We'll see. We'll be watching to see how fast you can get by him. If you can get by him at all, I think it'll be a good battle. That being said, here as we're coming up to the line, we should get the one to go. And we don't want to keep you in here as you want to get ready to go. We know you got some shout-outs and sponsors, so who would those be for getting you here to tonight's race?
Oh, yeah. First, got to thank Gold Building Contractors. We're having a great time. We all got the banners on the car tonight, so we're having a great time. Also, got to thank Dan Butler Designs. Go check out the shop in iRacing Drivers World. Mom and Dad, I know you guys are out there. Dad, stop spamming the chat. I already know you are. But other than that, can't wait to get this going. I mean, I oversaw my pit box in the first one, so hopefully I don't do it again, learn from it. But other than that, feel really good right now, and I hope everybody's having a great time watching this.
All right, well, the lights should go off. We'll be right back here when they get ready to go green. We will go live on the mic once again. And again, that was the 8 of Mikey Neal. All right, we are back here. So we're just sitting on board here with the 8 of Mikey Nils, who were just talking to him. So we stayed on board with him here for just a little bit. Don't forget, folks, if you have not and you like the racing here, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. Let us know. Let all the fans know. Let the drivers know in the league know you enjoyed tonight's race in the broadcast by just hitting that thumbs up button. It's more for the fans, other fans, drivers. Let them know you like what they put on here. We merely cover what they put on and deliver it to you. We have 70 laps to go at the line, so we're going to go ahead and go off board here with Mikey Neal as we're going to get ready to get this race started. Once again, we are on lap 10 of 80, 70 laps to go here at Michigan International Speedway. I expect to see nothing but some great racing. We may see a caution or two, but once they get going, this race will go green for a long time, and these guys will be screaming for new tires. And green flag is in the air. Sal Casey, the 40, is your race leader. He didn't get quite as good a jump as Mikey Neal did on the original start of this race, but still a decent start. And here comes the 2 of Jameer Muhammad. No surprise there. We expected to see him into the picture here very shortly, as we'll pull that up. Started 6th. He's been as low as 5th, high as 3rd. He's in 4th right now, battling for every position he can. And we're going to go up to Sal Casey and Brian Bryson Barker side by side for second place. Mikey Neal has taken the lead back, and that is going to allow him to lead one more lap. Frazier has led 1, Casey 3. Mikey Neal has led 6 laps here, now 7 as he crossed the line. So far, this race really has belonged to Mikey Neal. Even though it's early in the race, he has led double the laps of anybody here tonight, actually over double the laps, but it is not over until it is over, and right now he is pushing forward, but somebody else could be coming. Here comes Bryson Barker. We have not seen him a whole lot here. He's been in the top 5, but we haven't talked about him too terribly much here. So we'll pull that information up. He got as low as 5th. He started 4th, as high as 3rd, fixing to be 2nd as he's coming to the line right there. His highest is now 2nd place. So he is fighting his way to the first position, trying to get to the back bumper of Mikey Neal in that 8 machine. Can he do it is the question. We go a little further back here as we got some good little battles going on throughout this field. You have Brian Dorsey in the 9, Raymond Yeager in the 23s. Yeager going to go to the inside. Can he get by? Not going to happen. He's going to have to lift and give the position back to the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Just unable to complete that pass. Bill Edwards behind him, trying to get right to his back bumper, see if he can make something happen. He's going to go to the high side, and that is probably not going to work as the 23 wanted to get up there, but saw him just in the nick of time, had to lift and go back down the track. Let's go back even further here to this battle going on. They're actually right in front of these guys. There it is, David Gainforth in the 101 and the 13 of James Zarello. Another very good battle going on here on the track as we're keeping an eye on that. Let's go back to the front. 0.166 seconds separating Bryson Barker and Mikey Neal right now. That gap is getting very small. Those are your front 4 guys right there. That is Neal, Barker, Muhammad, and Casey. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bumper to bumper here in the track. And don't count out Milton here. That is Reese Milton in the 76. He's right there as well. So we're going to keep a close eye on that as far as times go. But we want to go back here and look a little bit. Because these guys pretty much spread out till you get back here. Then you have Justin Starr, Josh Coley, Brian Jones, Butch Frazier. Kind of in this one, but not quite with the main group. But this group right here, Justin Starr, Brian Jones, and Josh Coley putting on a battle for 16th position at the moment. So again, we are keeping a close eye on those front leaders as that gap is starting to close. We'll go back up there, 0.1 seconds behind. It went from 0.166, 133 to 0.1. Now it's back down or up to 0.116. So Bryson Barker may have something for Mikey Neal here tonight in that 84 Mountain Dew machine. We'll see if he's able to possibly get by him or not. Meanwhile, Jameer Muhammad to 3rd place, Sal Casey 4th, and they are really starting to mix it up back in here as you have guards definitely passing each other. That is the 21 of Dan Butler that's going to gain some spots over Brian Bislett and John Van Varelis. As these two are side by side, duking it out. There goes the 78 of John Van Varelis. Will take 11th place from Brian Bislett. And that gap, once again, Mikey Neal has 0.1, was 0.166, now it's 0.200. So Mikey Neal may be conserving just a little bit here as they're on lap 17. It won't be long before we're at the halfway point. We're almost at lap 20, and that will be halfway to the halfway point. So that will put us, of course, a quarter of the way done with this race early. So we'll be waiting to see who does eventually come out and win this race. But right now, a fantastic job for Mikey Neal. He has led 13 laps, 10 more laps than Sal Casey with 3. And, of course, Butch Frazier with 1 lap led. He stayed out to lead that lap, and he accomplished that goal. So, again, not too terribly much going on here. These guys are battling, but not extremely close. Let's go back here and look at these guys. You got Jameer Muhammad, Reese Milton, and Sal Casey currently 3rd, 4th, and 5th, trying to determine where they want to finish. And behind them, Brian Dorsey and Bill Edwards bumper to bumper, trying to determine 6th place here out on the track. We're getting to see a lot of new people in the chat with us here. We got Johnny Sykes with us. Looks like Baltimore, I believe that is correct pronunciation on that. Welcome to chat. And everybody else that's not typing in chat, definitely let us know who your favorite driver is here for tonight. And we're glad to have everybody here with us watching this race, as there goes the 75 of Bill Edwards. He will officially get by Brian Dorsey to take 6th place. The question is, can he do it? And right there, he will officially close the door. And that gap is now to 0.3. So it looks like the longer this run goes, the better Mikey Neal gets. Again, short run, he was roughly there. He had about a 0.1 second lead. And the longer we have gone on this run, now 12 laps into this stint, he is starting to pull away, 0.233. So that is actually a little less than the 0.3 we saw, but still a decent-sized lead considering. So it's going to be interesting. And now it's down to 0.2 again. It looks like maybe Bryson Barker maybe being conserving a little bit here too as well. So he's picked the pace back up. We'll see, though, if he's able to get by him later on here in this race. But, again, just an outstanding race for these guys. They put on a good show every time they come here to race. So we hope you definitely enjoyed it. Looks like one person didn't, but hey, to each his own. You know, yeah, some people just don't like it. That's everyone's choice. But for the ones that do enjoy it, thanks for hanging in here with us. We're glad you're here, as it has been a good battle. Of course, you might sometimes see Jeff Stabnow here. He has the night off here tonight. So it is just myself, Charles, here in the booth. Well, let's see. We're going to go back here a little ways. As you see, not a terrible lot going on. The guys are kind of spread out here, but you do have a little battles going on. The 51 and the 64 right now battling. That is for 14th position on the track. So again, not too much going on, as we'll condense this just to watch this battle. There goes the 64. Oh, and a little contact between him and the 51, I think. Let's go back and take a quick look at that again, as we'll zoom in. I think he cut his nose off and may have hit him there. Here as we're watching a quick replay of this. Again, you watch the 64 try to go around. And, well, maybe not. I thought there was contact there. We looked to be no contact indeed. But I almost swore there was little contact there. But no contact was made. And now that gap once again is closed to 0.1, 0.099. And we'll see. It's going to be the 84 Bryson Barker trying to run down the 8 of Mikey Neal. And we're going to go ahead and pull your session stay back up here so you can see exactly what is going on, where they are in there. And actually, let's get rid of that real fast. Let's pull this up here for you, as we have not got to use it here tonight. Your official running order here for tonight. Those are your top 5. Mikey Neal, Bryson Barker, Jameer Muhammad, Reese Milton, and Sal Casey. Your top 5 drivers in here. And you will see the rest of this field scrolling through. There is 6th through 15th. As these guys just outstanding. 0.1 and now 0.133 seconds behind for Bryson Barker. Still trying to run down Mikey Neal. Just ain't quite been able to get there to get up to his back bumper. He has been close, but just not close enough to try and make something happen here. So we'll be watching to see if he eventually can. We're on lap 25 of 80. Mikey Neal has led 20 of those laps that we have completed. So outstanding job for him. 17 laps over Sal Casey for the most laps led here tonight. Just an outstanding run for him. Not a whole lot going on here as far as that goes, and we don't know when they will come down pit road for fuel. If they can make it to halfway, we may see someone short pit it here in the next 4 to 5 laps. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, as we got a lot of shaking up going on. Here goes a battle for the lead, though. Let's zoom in. Can Bryson Barker make something happen on Jameer Muhammad? And no such luck so far. It is Mikey Neal. Oh, almost contact made. He zooms down, and it's going to be Bryson Barker at the line. I do believe he does. Bryson Barker gets the lead. He is the leader. Now it's Mikey Neal side by side for the lead. That last time by, though, it was Bryson Barker that officially led the lap. Oh, Mikey Neal into the outside wall. He dives down. That's going to give the lead to Bryson Barker. He recovers from it, though, and he's going to have quite a bit of damage. They don't have any fast repairs. That is the last thing Mikey Neal wanted to see right there, is getting into the outside wall. He did it in practice, and now he is going to suffer with damage after doing it here in the race. We'll see there. Started first. His lowest has been second. He's in fifth now, and that is going to be his new lowest at the line. His fifth place is where he resides at the moment. So still got a top 5 car at the moment. At least that's where he's at. I don't know if that car will be able to hang on to fifth place, but he's definitely going to try. Just not the way Mikey Neal expected this race to go here tonight. It's just unfortunate, but it does happen. It's one of those deals that does happen. Racing is a sport of predictions. You never know what's going to happen. You can predict it, but it doesn't mean that is the way it's going to play out here by any means. Let's go back to the front. There's second place Reese Milton. Bryson Barker has a significant lead here as we're coming up on lap 30 here. So we will have 10 laps to go when they get to the line to the halfway point. We'll see when these guys are going to come down and get fuel and tires. Again, we don't have an exact fuel window. We will try to get that as soon as possible for one of these drivers. But there it is, Bryson Barker coming to the line. We are on lap 30 of 80 here. What a race has been. Why not here? We have just a little bit. Let's go on board here with Jameer Muhammad, who actually, let's go with Sal Casey. Let's go on board with him for just a lap, and we will be right back. We'll go radio silent and let you see just what these guys are facing here at Michigan International Speedway, trying to get around this track. All right, we get off board real fast as we have drivers coming down pit road. We had to jump over here as quickly as possible. It's going to be Mikey Neal on pit road, Bryson Barker on pit road, Jameer Muhammad on pit road, Dan Butler, James Lorello, Brandon Young, all these guys coming down pit road here on lap 23. So a lot of drivers coming down pit road. If they can go, we'll see. That is not going to make us here. Let's pull up the race stats here. We have 2 cautions, or 1 caution, 2 laps, 6 different lead changes. We do not know if they can make it the rest of this way. I'm willing to bet they probably can. We'll be looking to see if they can possibly make it here. But again, we're going to pull these track facts back up here real fast. We apologize for the round circle. We do not have a track outline here for this track. So it's just not in here. But tonight, 80 laps, 160 miles. Your air temp still 78 degrees, of course. Your track temp, and this is where it's really surprising here. I didn't see this coming. Is the fact that it started out at 93 and it's only gone up to 94 degrees. It has only gone up 1 degree since we started this race. Normally, when we see this many cars out here putting down laps, that track temp usually goes up to 4 or 5 degrees. It has not done that here tonight. It has only gone up 1 degree. So it's very interesting that it has not gone up more than it has here tonight. As we'll go ahead and get rid of that here for you. Bill Edwards is your leader, but he's coming down pit road. Will he officially lead a lap? He does. So 2 laps now. Milton and Frazier have each led one. John Van Der Ellis will get to the line before him, so now John Van Der Ellis will lead his first lap. When will he bring it down? As it looks like we're going to be able to make it at least 26 laps on fuel, as that is what right now John Van Der Ellis, Brian Bizzle, Brian Jones, and the 555 of Butch Frazier have stayed out 24 to 26 laps. Will he come down this time is the question. And doesn't look like he's going to. And I stand corrected. John Van Der Ellis coming down pit road. So 26 laps is what they can get on fuel. So one thing, if that's when they're going to have to come down, we're on lap 34 of 80. We are not at the halfway point, so they will not be able to make it on fuel for the remainder of this race, as we have about 46 laps to go roughly. So they will not make it on fuel. They will have to come down once again. I say that Brian Bizzle staying out here on lap 27 of his stint. So he is staying out an extra lap, so he may have conserved a little bit more. If that's the case, he will make it, but he has led one lap, and we'll see, does he come in this time, as it looks like he is. So 27 laps here for Brian Bizzles. He's going to bring it down pit road, so that ups it there where we can make it at least 27 laps, as we're on lap 36 of 80 here tonight. So very interesting. I'm not sure how many laps they can officially make it, but this could make it very interesting indeed to find out exactly how many laps they can indeed make it. He's going to go in. So far, Brian Jones and Butch Frazier have not come down, but there goes Brian Jones. I'm not too sure. He's not out of fuel. He's actually coming down onto the apron very soon. A lot earlier than I expected him to. I do believe Brian Jones is out of fuel. So we may have to talk to him if the caution comes out or if he does not make it to pit road. We'll see, as he is on pit road. So is Butch Frazier, the 555 and the 45, both on pit road. And I do believe that Brian Jones ran out of fuel. I'm not sure he's even going to make it to his pit road, as he's back here, so he will make it to pit road. And right there, he does make it to pit road, and he will take 4 tires and fuel. And no, he is not. Something happened in here to Brian Jones. I believe he had to reset here. And he is still on pit road here for 5 seconds. There he is having to back up. So I'm not sure if he's having a connection issue or if he did have to tow indeed. But he is getting tires and fuel. So we'll see how long he is going to be stuck here on pit road. Meanwhile, Bryson Barker is your race leader with a huge gap. Now that gap's going to shrink, and there goes Brian Jones off pit road. So Bryson Barker, your race leader. He has now led 5 laps, but look who's behind him. Sal Casey right there behind him with Jameer Muhammad, James Zarello, and Mikey Neal all the way back to 5th place after that green flag pit stop run. We told you at the start of this race, once they got into a groove, it would go green. We've had, we'll pull that up real fast here for the race stats. We've had 1 caution for 2 laps, 11 different lead changes. The fastest lap of the race, 38.528 by Mikey Neal at 186.95 miles per hour. The average lap time here, 39.185. So a little bit slower than the fast time as the average time is amongst everyone, of course. So that will go down just a little bit. That being said, hopefully everybody's enjoying tonight's race. Definitely appreciate you all tuning in here tonight. You're watching the battle. Currently for 4th position is Reese Milton holding on Mikey Neal for the moment. But I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be able to do that. They do have the 9 of Brian Dorsey in there as well, putting on a good battle for the position. Let's zoom out here just a little bit as we're at the halfway point, actually. So when the leader gets to the line, we will officially be at the halfway point. So it seems like a fitting time here as we have some battles going on, but not too bad. We'll watch the leaders But when they get to the line, we are going to step away with what hopefully will be our only caution, or only commercial break here for tonight. We have to get some of those sponsor things out of the way, so we will be right back here. We're going to go non-stop here on VRN with a quick commercial break.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
All right, while we were away there, as you see, the 40 of Sal Casey took the lead from Bryson Barker. We watched it live on the stream here. Definitely a good move here for the 40 of Sal Casey to get that lead. Can he hang on to it is the question. Mikey Neal falling back here a little bit as you go way back here to find him. That damage that he has is definitely slowing him down. I'm not sure when he acquired some of this damage, other than getting into that wall, and if that's the only time he's hit it, it is drastically slowing him down here. I'm not sure if Mike Neal is here with us in chat to let us know if he's hit the wall again, but he is drastically slow here as that damage there. We'll go here. Let's go to the right front suspension, and you can see that damage there. Even if we go to on a board here in the roll bar, you can see that damage. That damage right there is really slowing him down, as that's probably messing with that front splitter quite a bit, and that is what's going to really slow him down. It's not that it's up in the air, it's that the splitter's not down to the track, so that will definitely slow him down quite a bit here in this race. So he will have to try to get some of that fixed, but it's probably not going to happen as they do not have any fast repairs. He's going to have to fight for everything he has and just hope that he can get the best luck he can. But so far, only one caution for 2 laps here in tonight's race, as it is Sal Casey that is leading this race here tonight. Again, we started with 80 laps ago. We're on lap 46 right now, so we have completed over half this race with not many incidents here. Let's go ahead and bring up your top 5 here. After 45 laps, it is currently the 40 of Sal Casey out front, followed by the 84 of Bryson Barker, the 2 of Jameer Muhammad, the 13 of James Zarello, and the 76 of Reese Milton. Those are your top 5 drivers after 46, fixing to be 47 laps completed here. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that here tonight. There is your leader. Let's go back here a little bit and check in without this field. There you have Justin Starr, Tony Rice, and Dan Butler. And it looks like the 99 of Justin Starr is going to take it all the way to the bottom. Brian Jones in the 45 is currently 1 lap down. He is on the track, though. Alex Huffman 3 laps down. Good to see Alex Huffman back in this race after connection issues. He is here 3 laps down. and just hasn't been able to come back after that connection issue right after qualifying, and just unfortunately has not recovered from it. And not anything to his part, he just hasn't had the cautions here. As we'll pull that up, he would have started 5th. His highest has been 20th, of course. Lowest, there is no lowest because he is at the lowest point right now, so that is unfortunate. Sitting in 20th right now, 3 laps down. If we can get a few cautions, he could get some wave rounds and potentially get some of these laps back. However, at the point we're going, I just don't see those cautions coming out anytime soon. We'll definitely have to just wait and see if those indeed do happen or not. But so far, I don't know. I don't think it's going to. So much going on here. Right now, we want to jump to the front as just a huge lead for Sal Casey right now. Mikey Neal so dominant earlier, then trying to hold off this field, gets into the outside wall, and that damages that car, shoves him all the way back to 8th place. So the driver who led 21 laps is now back in 8th position. Not much of a contender at the moment, unfortunately. Sal Casey has led now 12 laps, so he's on the hunt to get up there as he scrapes the wall there just a little bit. And let's go. I'm not sure if that caused any damage. It did indeed. You can see that front hood is crinkled up just a little bit, and that is going to hurt him here. He does not need that damage at all. So we'll go back to our main camera here, as any and every bit of damage is bad. You do not want it. And you can see right there the crack in the fender, so that very well is gonna or could hurt him. Not saying it will, but Bryson Barker, being as fast as he is, and it's gonna pose a problem, I would imagine, as he wants to try and get by him. Again, we're trying to keep an eye on chat the best we can here. We remind everyone, if you like the race, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't before, and the little bell. You'll be notified of all upcoming events here on a Virtual Racing Network, as well as that thumbs up button if you like the racing. Well, if you don't, well, I guess you can hit the other button, but hopefully you do like the racing here tonight, as it has been some great racing. We've seen a few people get into the wall, but so far only one caution here tonight. These guys are really good at having very few cautions, if any at all. But here comes Mikey Neal trying to get by the 9 of Brian Dorsey. That is a battle for 7th position, which is ironic. You have the 8 and the 9 battling for 7th. So this is just an ironic situation. You don't typically see them working in that order, that the 9 is just ahead of the 8 and they're both battling for 7th. So you don't typically see numbers fall in that order around here. But it is here tonight. Let's go back a little bit. John Van Der Ellis by himself. David Gainforth pretty much by himself at the moment, as he's got some lap cars around him. The 45, again, is currently 1 lap down, and we are still going a green flag run here. We're 22 laps in, 21 laps for some guys, all the way back to 15 for some people. So here I would expect to see someone like Bryson Barker, Sal Casey, even Jameer Muhammad. These guys are going to have to come down pit road here in the next 4 to 5 laps. So we will have our next green flag pit stops. Keep in mind that once they come down, they will be able to make it on fuel at that point. So that will really change things up, as we're going to actually just go ahead and get rid of that. Not much going on here at the moment, and we're actually going to zoom out so you can see just how spread out this field is right now. We'll go to your leader. There's your leader up at the top, very left of your screen. Then there's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Really spread out here. Nothing going on as far as positions being exchanged for anything at the moment. So we'll go ahead and we'll just pull up your running order here so you can see where everyone is and how big of a gap they have. You look there, 0.7 seconds, nearly 0.8 for Bryson Barker to the leader. Then you have 1.4, 1.9, 2.6 second gap. Then you go to 6th place, 3 seconds, 7, 7, 9, 12. All the way back to 35 seconds for Josh Coley in the 33 machine. So a lot of positions being passed and changed early in the race, but now later in this race, not so much. We haven't seen a whole lot of change. We haven't seen a whole lot of cautions either, but we will see here shortly that it's going to be someone like Bryson Barker coming down pit road, and it's going to be Justin Starr and Josh Coley are going to be the first ones coming down. Josh Coley is now 1 lap down, so is Justin Starr due to pit stops here. As he's going to put it on pit road. Looks like a good stop there. There's Josh Coley coming to pit road. And he will slide. He's going to have to back up. Get into his whistle. Not too bad. But he does indeed do. And there comes Bryson Barker and Jameer Muhammad. And it looks like both of them are going to be good to go here. They're going to get 4 tires and fuel. And there's Brian Dorsey. He makes it in fine. David Gainforth makes it in. Raymond Yeager coming down pit road. So pit stops coming in a little early here. They short pit it for the leaders did, and everybody is starting to follow suit. As we'll see these guys coming in there. Sal Casey coming down, as well as Reese Milton. So these guys short pit it, and everybody started coming down with them. No surprise there. Mikey Neal coming down. He's currently in 4th now. He is coming down pit road to get some services done, even though his car is quite beat up at the moment, as he will bring it down to pit road to get 4 tires and fuel. John Van Verellis out on pit road as well. So far, it is Brian Bizzle in 2nd that has not pitted, with Bill Edwards, your race leader, who has not come down. He has 3 laps led now. He will have to come down. He cannot, under any circumstances, make it on fuel. However, he can make it about 2 more laps, maybe 3 if he conserves a little bit. I'm sure he's staying out, 1, to lead some laps, and 2, to force these guys to be a lap down if a caution was to come out. So a lot of things could potentially happen between the time he stays out and these guys pit. Right now, there's 7 drivers on the lead lap, the last one being Sal Casey back in 7th place. So again, so much could potentially go wrong for Bill Edwards. If he stays out and a caution doesn't come out, he's going to be cycled to the back. If he stays out and a caution does come out, he is in a very good spot, as we're coming up on 20 to go here in 2 laps. So very interesting to see, as we'll leave that up there. He is running the high side, which indicates he has no thoughts of coming down pit road. He's on the backstretch right now. Will he come down next time by is the question. And now Brian Bizzle is going to cycle to 2nd and Butch Frazier to 3rd. These guys have not pitted either. So we'll see. Brian Jones pitted 21 laps ago, but he is currently 1 lap down. As we'll see here. There goes Butch Frazier. He will go 1 position down. And that is not because of pitting. He is just getting passed by these guys. Bryson Barker on newer tires here. You're talking 38 seconds on new tires versus 40 to 41 on these old tires. So definitely you're talking about a lot of time. 38 to 41 seconds. That is a huge amount of time that they're losing right now on these old tires. They need to get up there and get some fresh tires. But it's going to cycle them. There goes Brian Bizzle down pit road. So he will be one of them. Butch Frazier will probably come in here shortly, but he's being cycled all the way back to 7th place. Bill Edwards still out on the track, and he is coming down pit road this time. And he has to get him locked up almost just to get to pit road speed, but he does do so. So that will give the lead to Bryson Barker when he gets up there, as he's on the backstretch right now. So Bill Edwards going to have to try to get on pit road, get out, and beat him off pit road. Will he take 2 tires is the question. Nobody has done it so far. It would be a very gutsy move to take 2 tires. And we'll see if he's going to do it. And 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10. I would be the one to bet he is not. 4 tires of fuel, and that will do it. Bryson Barker gets by him on the track, and that is going to put him in front, followed by Jameer Muhammad, James Zarello, Sal Casey, and Butch Frazier are going to be your top 5 here, as we have the 75 coming back out onto the track. That will cycle everyone around, and that is going to put everyone on the lead lap, including Josh Coley, except for Alex Huffman, again, having a connection issue. Let's go back and look. There is last place, or close last, in 19th of Josh Coley. He is right now a gap of 1:09. So go to your leader. There is not much room there. You see, there he is, and he is now actually 1 lap down. So unfortunate for Josh Coley, going 1 lap down here once again with less than 20 to go, about 19 to go. It's going to be 18 at the line. So laps are winding down very quickly here. Bryson Barker, your leader. Does Jamir Muhammad have anything for him here tonight? Let's see. I know we got some Jamir Muhammad fans out there in chat, Mikey Neal fans. Let us know who your favorite driver is here tonight in chat. Type in their chat. Let us know who you're rooting for here tonight, or if you're just here to watch some great racing. I know, Fatal, you're probably here. If you're still with us, just here for some great racing. But let us know, do you have a favorite driver? All right, here we have, again, about 18 laps to go. We don't want to miss anything, of course, but before we get in the very closing laps of those 10 laps to go, we are going to take our last commercial break of the night. If we get a caution, we'll come right back. But we are going to take our last, hopefully, commercial break of the night, and we will be right back here as we go non-stop here on VRN. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, here again. Hopefully, unless we get a caution, that is our second and final commercial break here of the night as we go non-stop. But we are back here with some great racing as we got Jason and Connie here with us, giving shout outs to their driver. We got Mikey and a Huffy fan out there, and then of course Bryson Barker fan out there. So definitely thanks for tuning in to here tonight. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it and hit that thumbs up button to let all the other fans and drivers in the league know you enjoyed the racing here tonight. You're watching a battle between Sal Casey and James Zarella for third position. This is for a podium spot, so these guys are going to battle till the bitter end here to determine who is going to be your race winner, or at least a podium finish anyway. As Bryson Barker has now led 15 laps. He will be surpassing Sal Casey here very soon for 18 laps led if he can stay out front. Again, everyone should be able to make it on fuel, as we're going to be coming up on 10 to go here in about 3 laps. So time is ticking away here as far as laps go. Again, still got some tweaks to do. Hopefully everybody enjoys the new overlays here. We spent some time designing them here and perfecting them to make them how we like them here. We know we got the new race leader up there, so you can see just how you like it. See who the leader is at all times. Of course, doing away with the caution thing there so you can see what lap we're on at all times as well. You know, a lot of little tweaks here. We did away with some of the coloring so that you could better see the car numbers. Just all for the better user experience overall. So we definitely hope you enjoy it. But that being said, it is Bryson Barker that is out front here. We have currently 14 laps on the stint, and they are coming in. Next time by will be 10 laps to go. Again, once we get to the 5 to go, that is the point of no return. If we get a caution at that point, the race is over. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can finish under green. I guarantee you, if you're Jameer Muhammad, Sal Casey, James Zarello, Reese Milton, Mikey Neal, you almost want to see a caution. You want to see these guys bunch back up and give yourself the best chance possible to get the win here. So by doing so, then you can definitely bunching up would be that possibility here to try and get that win. As it looks like here, Mikey Neal, where you just lost him here in TeamSpeak because he disconnected. So hopefully he will be able to come back. Alex Huffman as well. Alex Huffman having some connection issues. Again, he is back out of this race. And that just could be the fact that he probably won't gain any spots back at this point. And there you go. I kind of figured, Huffy, you just had bad luck here. Alex Huffman used horrible luck here tonight with that connection issue. Had a fast car, qualified 5th, just didn't work out the way you wanted it here. So that is unfortunate. Definitely not the way he's going. There is Jameer Muhammad, though, running down Sal Casey. That is for second position here with 9 laps to go. Going to be 8 to go at the line. Can he get by him? Sal Casey into the outside wall. I'm pretty sure he scraped it there. I'm not sure with the momentum he lost. I definitely think he did. And there goes the 2 of Jameer Muhammad. He will officially take second place. After the 40th, Sal Casey scraped the wall, or at least got close enough to it to cause him to have to slow down. And here he comes back to the inside of the 2. Can Sal Casey get back by? He does. So what a momentum swing there. Sal Casey scrapes the wall. Jameer Muhammad gets by. The very next corner, Sal Casey puts it to the inside. Gets back by Jameer Muhammad. And here comes Jameer Muhammad back to the inside. He's going to try to get by for second place. Will he be able to make it happen here with roughly 7 laps to go here in the race? It's going to be a nail-biter if they continue this way. And this is for second place, and this is not for first. As Bryson Barker has pretty much sealed that away here. With 21 laps led, this next time by, he will lead 22. He will lead the most laps as Mikey Neal. Unfortunately, led 21, but then just could not put it together here. Back in 7th position. Definitely, as we keep reminding everyone, make sure if you haven't before, you hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of all upcoming races, as well as the thumbs up. That not only lets us know, it lets all the other fans know, the drivers know, the league owners know that you enjoy what we bring you here on VRN. We try to bring you top-notch racing, and hopefully we do deliver on that as you're watching the Global Building Contractors 12-week series. I think we definitely bring that here to you, as these guys are some of the best here on iRacing. And Tony Rice coming back down pit road. Interesting call there. He didn't have any damage. 5 laps to go with 20 laps on there. That is definitely not a scheduled stop. He had plenty of fuel to make it. So we'll see. He's going to take at least right side tires. We're going to go back up to the lead, though, because that's really nothing. I'm not sure why he did come down pit road, but he did. And that is going to put him back in 19th, currently 1 lap down. Maybe he just didn't conserve enough. Maybe he couldn't make it, but he should have been able to if he pitted with about 20 to go, or 25 to go. He should have easily made it. So I'm not sure why, but some of these guys, 21 is going to put them right at about 25 laps, so they're going to be pushing it. But they should be able to make it on fuel. Everyone should have been. However, it doesn't look like Tony Rice thought he had enough to make it as he came down pit road once again. Sal Casey still holding off the hard-charging 2 of Jamir Muhammad. So the question is, can he hold him off for the remainder of this race? Well, definitely congratulations to him if he wins. He ain't won it yet, so we'll see. We do have some lap cars coming into play. I don't think they're going to be enough to play a factor here with 3 to go, but then again, they very well could. As we, again, we'll check in with our race stats here. 38.5 is your fastest lap. 186 was the fastest mile per hour. Your fastest driver was Mikey Neal, who is currently back in 6th position. Only 1 caution here tonight for 2 laps as is coming up on the 1 to go here shortly. 14 different lead changes. Your average lap time is 40.513. That is mainly because of the fact they've gone so long and the tire wear is so horrendous here. That these lap times have gotten slower and slower, even though we were not under caution. So it's still some pretty slow times, all things considered. We're coming up, though, on 1 to go, as you will see right there. 1 lap to go, presented by Northwest Racing Series. It is just 1 lap away for the 84 of Bryson Barker to put it into victory lane. The question is, can he do it? I think he can. He's had a fast car. He still looks great out there, no damage. And so far, he is going into turn 3. This will be the determining factor. Sal Casey still trying to run him down. Just not quite going to have it. Is coming to the line. He is going to get it here momentarily. We'll see right there. He will do it. Your race winner is going to be the 84 of Bryson Barker. Led 28 laps. The most laps led here tonight. What a run. Sal Casey finishing in 2nd. And Jamir Muhammad coming in a close 3rd. Don't go anywhere, though. Right after your unofficial race results, we're going to run through those. And actually, we don't have them to run through, so we are going to just go ahead and put up your results ticker here and let you see who is where. And we will be right back here momentarily with your top 3 drivers here for the post-race show. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here once again with the post-race show. As we have our second and third place, we do not have our winner here tonight to chat with him. So we're going to talk to second and third. Of course, coming in third place here tonight, that is the two of Jameer Muhammad. As no surprise, we are used to seeing you up towards the front of this field. We'll take a look at your stats real quick. Started sixth. According to this, you got as low as 13. I'm hoping that's accurate. And then all the way up. Your highest was second and then finished third. So if that is correct, hopefully that's pulling the right information here as we are testing some new stuff. A up and down racer, you went all the way to the back, came back here. So what was this race like out there for you?
It was a lot of fun. It was very tight. We're top 5 or 6 were pretty tight on speed, and you couldn't really break away from the top 5 or so. We seemed to be running around the same speed. I made a pit road mistake coming in on the green flag. Stopped the first one. I stopped too late. I think Bryson did the same thing, so we both kind of screwed ourselves there by short pitting and missing our pit stall. And then Sal pit in one lap later, got the fresher tires, and was able to do better in that second to last run there. And then we pitted again with 25 to go, and just kind of didn't move. Couldn't catch up to Bryson. He was just he was perfect. He didn't really miss his marks at all. So congrats to Bryson, and good job to Sal as well. I'm not sure if we made some contact on the backstretch early in the race. I don't know if that was my bad or his. You have to see the replay, but yeah, it was a good race. I let Sal go there at the end, hoping that he would catch Bryson. Hopefully they can race it out and something might happen. But Sal passed me, and then I think he missed the next corner, and then I got back under him, and then we're racing for second instead of first. So that's the way it goes sometimes, though.
Well, definitely it was a great battle. It may not have been for the lead, but a heck of a battle for second and third place. Overall, a great night of racing here for you once again on a Sunday night. We know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be here for that third place finish?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Global Building Contractors, Dan Butler Designs, Irish Drivers World, and Leo's Coney's Island for sponsoring RACECORE. Shout out to VRN and our admins at RACECORE, Justin and Dan.
All right. Well, again, congrats on a solid third place finish. Finishing one spot ahead here tonight. That is second place. That is the 40 of Sal Casey. Same thing. Started second. You got as high as first here at one point. You led 18 laps. Went down as low as 11th. So same thing, kind of up and down here for you. In the end, you finished second, just a little bit shy of the win. Had we had one more caution, we only had one caution here. So had we had a caution with about 10 to go and the field had been bunched back up, you think you had anything for Bryson here tonight?
It would have been tough. The outside line on the restart was really tough to beat, which I made that mistake early on that first caution. I took the inside and probably should have opted for the outside, but just went with it. And yeah, maybe I might have had something for Bryson, but he was great all race long. He executed really well. Pit stops, pit strategy was a big factor here tonight. I kind of botched the second pit stop. I should have went with everybody. The second green flag stop, I should have went with everybody, but I stayed out an extra lap, just being stubborn, and ended up biting me. I thought I had something for Bryson there at the end, but ran it a little too hard. Like Jameer said, he let me go. So I kind of botched the corner, and he got back to me, and then we just got to racing. So Bryson checked out from that point. So congrats to Bryson. Jameer, it was a lot of fun racing him tonight, and look forward to next week with these boys.
Well, definitely, we look forward to seeing you every week. Proven winner, as we even had you in the little pre-roll there as in the last couple of weeks winning a race. So we know you've won. You showed here again tonight that you are a force to be reckoned with when it comes to this league. So any week I can expect to see you in the top 3 talking to you here, possibly in victory lane. That being said, we know you may have some sponsors and shout outs. So who would those be for that second place finish?
Yeah, thanks, Charles. Big shout out to Global Building Contractors for putting on the series here this year. RACECORE, iRacing Drivers World, Dan Butler Designs, he does a great job. And certainly you guys, everyone over there at Virtual Racing Network, thank you guys.
All right, again, congrats on a second. And the man I didn't think we were going to get to talk to here tonight, but we have him here in the booth with us. Somebody tracked him down for us and wrangled him up for us and got him in here. That is the 84 Bryson Barker. You ended up leading the most laps here, and just like your 2 competitors behind you, started 4th. You went down as low as 12th and got back up to 1st. Probably somewhere around in pit stops is when that happened. So coming into tonight, what did you think about this track? You then qualified 4th. Did your mindset of this track change any at all, or did you just like this track all the way around?
Honestly, practice didn't go too well. I was struggling. I was probably over driving the car now that I'm looking back at it, and after experiencing the race run and how it probably should have been drove. But yeah, practice didn't go well. I probably qualified a little bit better than I thought I was going to. And during the race, I just kind of let it play out. Like just basically did what I could there. About the second run, I kind of figured it out. I was using a little bit of brake, and I don't know if anyone else was, and they probably weren't doing it as much as I was, and it really helped the car turn on entry. And as soon as I got the nose to bite, it would just it would hook up on exit, and it was pretty fast.
Well, definitely had a very fast car here. As we've seen in the past, anytime you're here, you are a threat to be in the top 3 and in victory lane. We've talked to you many, many times, but we do have to ask those tough questions. There early in the race, everybody was trailing Mikey. So had he not get into the wall, you think that it would have been a real good battle between you two in these later stage?
I don't know. I would like to see Mikey stayed up there. I always like racing around him. Yeah, I got around him there at the end of that the end of the first run or whatever that was, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he would have been able to stay up there, but yeah, I wish he wouldn't have gotten the wall. That would have been fun for sure.
Oh, definitely, it would have been cool to see, but that's one of those things we will never know here for tonight anyway. But we still have quite a few races going forward where we'll see both of you, I'm sure, side by side, as well as everyone else that was in the top 3 and top 5. Everyone put on a great show, only bringing in 1 caution for 2 laps. So we had 78 laps of green flag racing and pit stops. Obviously, at the end of the night, you did the best job of pit stops and maintaining your position and tires and fuel on the track. Put it in victory lane. So, as always, do you have any sponsors and shout-outs you want to give for that victory here tonight?
Yeah, of course. Global Building Contractors, you guys at VRN, Justin, Dan, and just everybody for the great race. That was a bunch of fun.
Definitely. It was a ton of fun to watch here in the booth as well. So that being said, we are going to get ready to sign off here for tonight. But before we do, we need to thank all of the sponsors here for tonight as well. So, this race wouldn't be what it is without the following partners. One of those, of course, Global Building Contractors, iRacing Drivers World, Leo's Coney Island, and of course Dan Butler Designs. And on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be where we are without the following partners: Northwest Racing Series, Wolves Beard Co., Ohio IndyCar League, SimSpeedShop.com, and of course iBog, especially for the new overlays we are having done now. We're going to probably work on those a little bit more here tonight. tomorrow and some other days. But that being said, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. We will be back tomorrow night with 2 more races, and then we have a full week ahead of us as well. We got some one-off races and a little mini-series that we picked up this week, so stay tuned for all that. We'll be posting that information here shortly. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next race.